Hi there, I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I'm showing you what is the Nashville Tuning and how I use it and what is it for. But first of all, let me thank my dear patrons for supporting this show. And of course, if you want to become a patron yourself, just go to the link. You'll be getting early access to the episodes, a free video lesson every week, free backing track every month, and my huge thank you, of course. And I'm starting to upload exclusive content to all my patrons. So extended videos and a little more comparison, a little more in-depth than in the channel. Of course, if you're interested in guitar lessons or vocal lessons with me, just send me an email or a direct message via Instagram or Facebook and we'll deal with it from there. And please visit my reverb.com store and my website buddaguedes.com. Let's go! The Nashville Tuning is basically stringing your guitar, your 6-string guitar, with the high-pitched strings of a 12-string guitar. You leave the normal strings of a guitar and you get just the high-pitched ones. But you still play it the same way as you play a 12-string guitar. What's the advantage? There's a lot of advantage because not having double strings means you're less likable to be out of tune, what happens a lot in a 12-string instrument. And it also means you can record your Nashville-tuned guitar to the left and then record a normal guitar to the right, and you have a stereo 12-string guitar. But it sounds like a capo instrument because it's high-pitched, and you heard me play it in the intro. Here it is. So basically, you get your higher 3 strings are normal strings, normal gauge strings, but then your lower wounded strings, they are not wounded and they are tuned 1 octave up. So this is an E, this is an A, and this is a D. So here's my Enter Sandman Nashville Tuning. And it makes the guitar sound kind of a 12-string guitar, but it doesn't have that chorus effect of a 12-string guitar. And I've just had this Squire crappy cheap guitar laying around. I thought I would experiment on that, and I like it a lot. The electronics are still not okay because it makes a lot of noises. But it's working. It's enough for the effect I want because it's always an effect. And it's very fun to play because you're playing your chord voicings. Although you're using the same shapes, they sound very different. And it's very cheap. You can do it as I did. I bought a 12-string set and used the 6 regular strings on a regular guitar and then left the other high-pitched strings for this guitar. So simple, but you can also buy it one by one, so separately, and you can get your own gauge. And there's affiliate links for all those strings in the description box. And of course, if you buy from there, Amazon will give me a small commission, but it's nonetheless a commission and you're helping me. Using a guitar like this, 3-pickup guitar, you have a lot of tone combinations, and you can use like the bridge pickup sounds like the Birds, and guys that use this were Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. Neil Young uses it a lot. The Animals, the Birds, a lot of people use it, but it became very, very well known in Nashville. That's why they call it the Nashville Tuning, because sometimes you want a double guitar. And by the way, I did an episode on the art of doubling guitars. It's when you record twice the same part and you set it one to the left, one to the right, and you get a big wall of sound. With this, you will get that effect, but also different voicing. So it will sound even bigger. It will sound a 12-string stereo, which is really great. But you can have a lot of variation. The bridge pickup will always reminds me of the Birds and reminds me of the Rickenbacker 12-string. If you use the neck pickup, middle, bridge again, and it can be used to double a guitar riff, a heavy guitar riff, for example, with a higher pitch. So you can do something like this. And then double it. Well, that's it. I hope this has been inspireful to you. It has been really eye-opening for me to have this combination, the Nashville Tuning in the studio. And if you have a guitar laying around that you don't use anymore, that's the guitar you should use, because then you don't ruin any of your regular guitars. Super inspiring to me to have different sounds, different tones. That's why I have a lot of pedals, a lot of guitars, a lot of amps, because they all make me play differently and they all make me feel differently. And the Nashville Tuning is a very inexpensive thing to do, especially if you already have a cheap guitar laying around that you don't use, or you can use a good guitar. But I would usually recommend on an inexpensive guitar like the Squier Bullet that I have here. Hope you have liked the episode. And if you want to become a patron and support the channel, you can go to the Patreon link and get free video lessons every week, a free backing track every month, and of course my huge thank you. And now I'm starting to upload exclusive content to Patreon, so you can watch it there a little more in depth. Thank you so much. We'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.